Angel coordinated her efforts with the local government unit. The health department says the last bout of hard lockdowns caused a decrease in the average daily cases in NCR. Some officials are calling on the government to place Metro Manila under a stricter quarantine classification. This as the Octa Research Group bats for an extension of the MECQ. As people look forward to the resumption of travel post-pandemic, some investors are betting big on low-cost airline startups. The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Health protocols were disregarded and the fear of the pandemic took a backseat as crowds flocked to actress Angel Locsin's community pantry, leaving one elderly dead. Marian Enriquez with the report.
Huwag tayong dikit-dikit. 1 meter po. Yung mga nakapila lang po. Sasuyo. Huwag tayong magkumpungan.
As early as 6:30 a.m., hundreds already lined up at this community pantry in Barangay Holy Spirit, Quezon City. It was a pantry like no other. After all, it was how 36-year-old actress Angel Locsin decided to celebrate her birthday. It was past 7 a.m. when Angel arrived. Social distancing was still observed then, with staff handing out a checklist, asking recipients to identify items that they need, from rice and canned goods to disinfectants.
Ang usapan po ay alas 10 ang pagbubukas, pero susubukan po namin magbukas na mas maaga para makabawas na po sa pila.
Among the first ones to receive grocery items was 67-year-old Nanay Flores.
Salamat kay Angel Locsin. At sa good news, thank you so much. God bless you all.
At around 9:30 in the morning, with recipients already by the thousands, even reaching as far as Commonwealth Avenue, the crowd swelled, visibly not observing social distancing. Some just wanted to have a glimpse of the actress, while others jumped the line after knowing that only those with stubs will be entertained.
Yung wala ng stop, bibigyan namin kayo ng 30 minutes na umuwi. Hanggang hindi, bibigyan namin kayo.
Things took an even more tragic turn when 67-year-old Rolando de la Cruz fainted while lining up.
Distansya po kayo, wala po kasi.
He was brought to the East Avenue Medical Center but was declared dead on arrival.
Tinanong ko dun sa mga kamag-anak, may sakit po pala sa puso, si Kuya Lando.
On her Instagram page, Angel apologized for the chaos that ensued.
Nagsimula po kami na maayos pong aming layunin, pati ng aming pong pagpaplano ng social distancing. Nagkataon lang po talaga na siguro gutom lang po talaga yung tao na kahit wala po sa pila, sumingit na po sila. Kaya sa mga nagambala ko po dito, pasensya na po, hindi po itong intensyon ko.
Because of the incident, the supposed day 2 of the community pantry might not push through.
I don't think papayagan na po ako ulit na gawin to. Baka po ipahatid na lang din po namin kung ano man po yung matitira na goods namin sa inyong lugar dito sa area para papakinabagan nito ng iba.
According to the barangay, an estimate of around 10,000 people flocked the area. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
The daughter of the elderly man who died after falling in line for Angel Locsin's community pantry does not blame Angel for his death. In an interview with one of our reporters, Jennifer Fosano, Rolando's daughter, says she wished her father didn't go to Angel's community pantry in the first place. She expressed appreciation for the actress, saying Angel paid for all their hospital expenses so they could immediately take their father's remains home. She also slammed the other people in line, saying they did not follow health guidelines and had a general lack of discipline.
Hindi naman po niya kasalanan, yung mga tao talaga yung walang control sa walang disiplina po eh. Salamat po kasi may nagbibigay sa ganyan, pero Salamat kasi inanuhan niya kami. Hindi niya kami pinabayaan sa ospital.
Actress Angel Locsin took all the precautions for her birthday community pantry but did not foresee the huge crowd. That's according to her relative and Bayan Muna chairperson, Neri Colmenares. Speaking to the big story, Colmenares said that all precautions were in place, such as markers for social distancing, a checklist for goods, and even a permit from the barangay.
So despite the precaution na ginawa nila, at syempre walang intensyon makatulong lang sa kapwa nating nagugutom, nangyari yung tragic incident. So nakakalungkot na may namatay at sa pamilya ng namatayan nakakalungkot. At syempre malungkot din kami na kamag-anak na Angel na yun ang nangyari ngayon na birthday niya. Pero syempre hindi naman sinadya yan at hindi ginusto yun. And in fact, they took all the precautions naman para hindi umabot sa ganito. It's just that na-overwhelm yung crowd.
However, Quezon City Mayor Joy Belmonte denied that Locsin's camp coordinated with the barangay in putting up the community pantry. In an interview with One News, the chiefs, Belmonte said that Locsin's group may have thought they can handle the situation without the help of the barangay as they were able to hand out stubs for the beneficiaries. Belmonte also said that Locsin could have coordinated with the city government so that they could have sent barangay officials and other enforcement teams in the area to enforce health protocols.
I can categorically tell you, Robbie, there was no coordination. If ever, perhaps there was a letter written, but there was no attempt to let's sit down and discuss how we can peacefully carry out this activity. But again, having said that, I charge it to probably just poor coordination and something that we have to improve on in the future. Now, I really don't like to blame Angel for this, because she's been a wonderful person and she has been working very closely with the local government.
Now, it seems the NTF-LCAC's attention on Patreng Non has only given the Maginhawa Community Pantry more clout. This as the Maginhawa Community Pantry started to get more donations from abroad. More dollars poured in for the community pantry's fundraising after red tagging allegations from the NTF-LCAC's officials. The online donation drive was set up by Ana Patricia Non's sister based in the United States. Initially, their goal was only $5,000 but as donations poured in, they have now collected more than $20,000. Some celebrities like Erwan Yusuf and Isabel Daza have donated as well. In jest, netizens have referred to this flurry of donations as backlash for red tagging. Recall that NTF-LCACs has baselessly linked MON and other community pantry organizers to communist rebels after their sudden surge in popularity. Now, it's not just celebrities and high-profile donors backing community pantries around the country. Despite having limited resources, beneficiaries of these pantries are giving back to other people by replenishing stalls after receiving goods. Mobile journalist Teresa Urmatam gives us a front seat to the story.
As many more community pantries pop up, many bayanihan stories are also coming to light. Filipinos taking from these pantries are giving back. One manang from Bacolod City recently went viral on social media. As she took food from a community pantry, she also left a bag of bicho-bicho. She was originally selling them but gave them for free as the pantry already solved her meal budget for the day. This chicharon vendor at another pantry in Bacolod took a few canned goods and handed some of his own goods for the organizers to enjoy. Micaela from Naglaran, Laguna also had a taste of free merienda.
Hindi na kinuha right then and there yung bigas. Tinanong pa niya if it's okay. Tapos inaabot niya na yung palit. Tapos sabi ko, hindi na, libre lang yon, walang kapalit. Tapos sabi niya, hindi, libre din yon. And nagpasalamat siya.
And it's not just local snacks. A group of students in Alcala, Cagayan left their pantry in the morning but came back in the afternoon to a box full of cash.
Sasabi ko po, ba't po may box dito? Libre po to, baka akala nila honesty store po. Tapos yun sinabi nung isa na naglagay na, kami po yung naglagay dyan sir para po kahit konti man lang may maiambag po. kami para maipagpatuloy po itong pantry natin.
While there are some stories of hoarding, there are still many stories of giving. Whoever takes from these pantries, the organizers are just grateful to help those in need.
Sa 10 na may 2 hoarder o 8 hoarder, may 2 pa rin tayong natulungan na naitawid ang pang-araw-araw na pangangailangan.
Gaya nga nung Facebook post ni Miss Ana Patricia, sabi niya, tiwala lang sa masa.
When you plant a seed of kindness, goodness blooms. There may be some bad soils, but in general, our community pantries has grown a garden abundant of bayanihan. Teresa Ormatam, we are One News.
COVID-19 cases in the metro are declining, according to the Health Department. Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeres says the past week's case count dropped to around 10,000 from earlier this month's average of 9,000 cases a day. Vergeres noted the decrease in positivity rate, which is now at 18.3% from the past week's 20.4%. She also says a stricter quarantine has contributed to this downtrend, along with the public's compliance with health protocols, among other factors. Indeed, the Health Department reported just over 8,700 new COVID-19 cases yesterday. This brought the country's total caseload to more than 979,000, around 102,000 of which are still active. Total deaths are now at 16,500 after 159 more fatalities were confirmed overnight. Now, total recoveries, meanwhile, have hit 860,000, with 13,000 new survivors logged yesterday. The Trade Department wants to place the metro under a lighter quarantine status. According to Trade Secretary Ramon Lopez, the economic losses alone for a 2-week MECQ in NCR and its adjoining province could run up to 120 billion pesos. He also maintained that a GCQ by May 1 is feasible as long as ICU beds increase and COVID-19 cases decline. Now, this comes after Octa research team suggested to extend MECQ in NCR for a few more weeks in order to maintain the virus reproduction number below 1. Meanwhile, the Metro Manila Council will be having a meeting to discuss the recommendations for next month's quarantine status. Now, are you ready to revisit your travel goals once the pandemic is over? You're not alone. Investors are now looking to take advantage of a post-pandemic travel rebound with big bets on low-cost airline startups. More details from Bloomberg Quick Take. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.